Greetings everyone, it's Gryfer here. We're looking at a ranked replay from myself. This is Gold League on the North American server. So in this game I have taken out the Plymouth. She's a reward vessel for steel that you can obtain from the armory currently. She's a tier 10, she has 152mm AP only guns, 4 barrels per turret with 4 turrets, so she has 16 barrels, and that packs a lot of firepower. As you can see here, we have got 3 BBs per team, 2 DDs and 2 cruisers on Shards. Sneakily I was trying to get to Alpha here. I thought that would be the better play for the Plymouth there, having the enemy push into me, but the Des Moines went there. Me in ranked, I'm a firm believer of if you get given a side regardless of how you feel, don't give up that side. Try and play to it, and that way help your team. So as you can see on the good guys, we have a Montana, a Bourgogne and a Kremlin. With a Des Moines, the Plymouth, Gearing and a Howland. Opposition have an Ohio, a Bourgogne, a Kurfürst, a Worcester Petro, a Shimakaze and a Smelland. So they've got 3 radars compared to the 2. So food for thought, but other than the Petro, the Smellands is 7.5 and the Worcesters is 9 kilometers. So it's always handy. You don't have to know their durations down to the millisecond, but it's always good to really know what you're coming up against. As you can see, I am running RPF on the Plymouth. I generally run RPF on all my Royal Navy light cruisers. Helen's played really well here. He's touching Bravo. He's gone nose in. He's probably got the speed boost to disengage here. Radar's up. You assume this is the Petropavlovsk. Let's watch the duration. As you can see, I've got a mod here from Wales Mod Station that shows you how long a radar's up. Yeah, it's already down. So it's the Petros. I must admit, I pooped myself there for a minute thinking the Bourgogne shot at me. We've got the Ohio here. So we've got 2 of the 7 detected. I'm radared again. Now at this point I'm thinking, what the hell? I look at the RPF and I'm like, what could be radaring me? We've got torps coming through there very fast, so it's like, it's a Smelland. Because the Worcester would never get that quickly, so radar goes up and lo and behold, there's the Smelland. Now secondaries for Plymouth, decent range. They actually can set a bit of fire, but yeah. And I deploy smoke here because I just don't want to get black by shooting at the Smelland. Now he's gonna, in a couple hundred meters, he's gonna break out of my radar range. 8-9. My radar's at 9k. So that's the Plymouth's gimmick. She gets smoke. She gets a 9 kilometer radar. Radar stays up for a good duration. I drop torps here for luck. I've got hydro running. And Shimakaze looks like he's dropped torps aware. That's a good drop. As you can see, the enemy have secured Alpha, 3v3, their Shimmer, their Worcester and their Bourgogne. We've got a GK in the highest, Smelland at Charlie, and the Petro is focusing on Bravo. So the enemy's really going for all 3 caps, and it looks like it's going to go their way. Now, so I've gone through the perks of the Plymouth. She's got 16 barrels, British AP. They fire every 6 seconds or 6.5 seconds, as you can see, unless you put different modules. She's got 2x4 set of torps that go out to 10k's, as you can see that when those 16 barrels connect, you're doing that 7-8k damage on vessels. Even though that was only 3k. It can melt things very quickly. Now the negative. It's slow. The Plymouth is slow. It doesn't have the Royal Navy acceleration. Petropavlovsk radar is up again because we've got another radar because the Worcester's down at Alpha. So yeah, as I was saying, the Plymouth is slow. She has no super heal. As you can see in the mod in the bottom left, where it shows how much I can regain my health, it's only just under 7,000. No super heal for the Plymouth. And her AA is underwhelming. There's no DFAA. It won't remove planes like a Minotaur or anything from the Royal Navy like Cruiser Line can, even though I've got a few points into AA. So the Smelland's dark here, and I'm merrily farming away a bit of the GK. We've got a Gearing, he's popped torps through that cap, and here the team's in a bit of problems. As you can see, we've got nothing. Down at Alpha, we've got a Montana about ready. The Monty removed the Worcester. He was just about peeking around that corner. So 3v2 down there. Looks like it's going to be 4v2 with the Helen, but we still don't have a cap. No cap for the green guys. Merrily farming away here. The rock needed to be restructured. Looks like our gearings have been detected. Not sure why he went down that path, in all honesty. He's there, but I hate this bug with I'm running it at the proper interface, but it's not showing. But regardless, Ohio's come out to play, popping with smoke here. So we've got the Kremlin out on the 10 line for me. For some reason now, I think this is a mistake on the red team. Their Petropavlovsk, as you can see on the minimap, he has decided to aim south up against the nosing Monty. We've got the Des Moines there, we've got the Bourgogne versus Bourgogne and the Halland. I really think if he came over to the east to push me and the Kremlin, this would have been a win. And the other mistake here is the GK. The GK turned dead south, so what should have been a 3-on-2, really, the 2v2 with the DD, 3-on-1 with the Kremlin there with me just hitting, becomes a 2v1. The Smalin's not in the game. We're not getting any pressure from the Kurfürst. The Kurfürst could nearly push me and Hydra me at that range, and I think this is the mistake from the opposition here, because now I'm just getting simple damage in. Look at this, 7k per salvo, really. Popping up Hydro just in case on that, radar, seeing if the Smellin's within kill zone, but he's not. And number 7, 116k into Plymouth, just hitting these BBs. Kremlin's still pretty healthy back there. We've got the secondaries now kicking in, as you can see. The Shimmer gets our Monty down. We still haven't got a cap. So the enemy with the Bourgogne takes down the Bourgogne. Kremlin gets the Ohio there. Lovely jubblies. But enemy's lost 3. We've lost 2. Their Petro's now in a death spiral. He's pushed into Alpha, and it's a 3v1. There is no way he could honestly win that. So I've put that down. The Petro's red. We're going to win that. But we still don't have a cap. 3 minutes and we lose. My RPF is giving me the Smelland location. So at this point, I decide to push him. I'm thinking radar's down, but he's probably coming south. Oh, I actually get a torp on him. Shot at the Ohio and get a torp on the Smelland. So if he's pushing south, he's desperately probably going to be wanting to turn around. He's probably not anticipating me driving it. And look, here's the Shimakaze. Their Shimakaze is pushing again into Alpha for God knows reasons. I have no idea why. And the Smelland got in within minimum detection. Their GK has done nothing but sold them up the pooper, in my opinion here. I'll take that. 3 penetrations on the Smelland. First kill of the game, 145,000 damage. Now it's a 5v3. We still have no caps. And teammates have noticed that. Even though we own Alpha, really a 3-on-2, we haven't won it. So I've made the decision to not YOLO the GK, but toy with him. At least touch Charlie. We need to stall the caps. The Halland, he's doing good. He is pushing into Bravo. He's going north. We need to secure the caps. There's still 11 minutes in the game. And GK's Hydro's up. Oh, one of the nice things about the Plymouth is with Superintendent, you can see she gets a raft of numerous consumables. I've only used the 1 heal. She gets another radar. I'm going to use the radar. I just want to know where the GK is. My RPF's there. But I want to know what he's doing if he's coming forward. And he's reversing, so the Howling gets the Petro. I'm shocked that they pushed into that. That was the biggest mistake. I still think if the Petro and the Shimmer had flexed back, if they finished us off at sea, if the GK came out, this could have been a different game for the red teams coming out of Charlie. But here I go, driving into Charlie. gonna bang onto the island. Kremlin's not in position yet, so I don't want to be being the focus of the GK. GK is coming forward now. Just stalling the cap. That's all I can really do. His Hydros is still up. It's a cause for concern, but Kremlin and now GK are trading barbs. So basically what I want to do is I want to wait for his Hydro to go down. I want to see the GK's shells come out. So I put up my Hydro so I always know where he is. I want to fire these torps single instance. Once his Hydro's down, I can go forward, wait literally time when he's shot. I'll have a 20-second gap, drop my torps, turn out and pop my smoke, because he'll have no more Hydro. We're getting Bravo. Enemies really struggling here. Don't think the GK is going to do too well with the nose in Kremlin. Alright, here I go. Even though I'm detected, I'll put up my underwhelming AA, as you can see here. It's tickling the spotter plane. There we go. GK does his salvo. He knows I'm coming. The plane's detected me. I'm expecting to eke the rear guns, but he doesn't fire them at me. Because of the turning bug at the moment, I'm making sure I'm going out very straight. I'm not hitting the key to turn. I don't want to get blepped, so here comes my smoke. Hit a few secondaries, hit a bit of damage. And there we go, the smoke has blocked it, the spotter plane's down, and the GK is copping it. So the Plymouth torps at a really short range. Three connections, I missed with the one. He's only got a smattering of health left. And the AP should finish him off here before the Kremlin does. There we go. Second kill for the game, 183,000. We're going to secure Charlie. We're going to have all three caps. All three caps. This one was a phenomenal game in that the enemy controlled all the caps. They didn't have to push into us. They could have just disengaged. We were in no position at Charlie. That was a 3v2 once our Gehring gave himself away. The GK, it's all about positioning and a little bit of support there. If the GK came out pushed with the Ohio, the double secondaries on the Criminal would have really given him a cause for concern. The Hydro would have pushed me out. I would have been a running and gunning, and the Plymouth does not take shells extremely well as you run and gun. She's got a bit of a chunky ass and a chunky superstructure, so. And without that super heal, you're only getting back 6k at a pop. It's an interesting prospect. We've got the Charlie. RPF has the Shimmer well along the one line. He's drawing it out. Maybe he's hoping for a few lucky torp hits. Don't know why. Maybe just obviously try and get back a cap and secure his star, but. I was really gobsmacked how the enemy lost this one, considering that they had all the caps, they were in a good position. Like the Worcester being dead at A where he was, I'm not sure why he pushed that far into the Alpha area so early. I know their Begonia went down, but didn't see how he went down. The Petro at B, he really had no justification to push into A. He could have held those islands in B with his nose, and if it got too hard, more difficult, and it was taking fire, he just has to back off with that island on the Echo 4 line, and he would have stayed alive and been a threat. Anchor the flank, he could have kited north and had the Shimmer spot for him. There is so much the red team could have done, potentially differently. Pressing W is not the way to go all the time. And for me, my flank, it was the GK, in my opinion. They got the gearing down well. They had 2 BBs to 1 versus the Kremlin. If the GK pushed out, it could have been a completely different game. They could have wiped the Kremlin, they could have wiped me, and they would have had 2 BBs in the Smelling coming back down to reinforce that Petro. And that's what really should have happened once they lost those vessels a day. it was Red's team. It was Red teams to lose, and they definitely did lose it. So under a minute to go, a win from nowhere when you really look at it. The enemy team lost 6 ships. If you combine all those points up to that 742, that's pretty much. They would have been so close to winning if they didn't lose a ship. In all honesty, they would have won it. Finally, the Shimmer sails around. He's got onto Alpha. One thing about the Plymouth, she has 9.2 kilometers detection range. She's quite stealthy. Her radar, as I said, is 9 kilometers, so it's not a instant press radar to win. There's a good chance, but if someone's reversing and plays with that engagement range, they can be dark. But if you're pushing into something and you're detected, there's a good chance after 2 or 3 seconds you use your radar and it will come up. Now I'm just firing here, trying to randomly hit him using RPF. I'm lit here so he can finally see me. I can see he's going to exit Alpha through the bottom. Des Moines got his radar up. I'm going to pop my radar. We're going to win in 10 seconds. And here comes the radar with a few seconds to go. There we go. And there's the Shimmer. He's already sailing out. GG's. Here's the end game. You can see 183,400 main battery. It's 4 torpedoes, 3 in the GK, 1 in the smell and 2 floods, 18 secondaries, 2 kills, 4 spotted. Plymouth in ranked, it's a real DD killer. If you can get into DDs, it will remove them quite nicely. And 7 AK salvos on DDs hurts. And XP. As you can see here in the Plymouth, only 2k, but the team overall played extremely well. Kudos to this team in the Gold League. It was a great team effort, even though we didn't control the caps. Thank you for watching this YouTube video. If you have enjoyed the content, please give me a follow on Twitch or subscribe to me on YouTube. Do take care out there, and I'll see you in the seas.